Hey there, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot, and this is Pick a Card. Today's question, what do others think of me? Now let's find out. Now today I have the Zombie Tarot spread out with my clear quartz to get the energy flowing. And what we're going to do today, we're going to live shuffle. I'm going to live shuffle, thinking of the question, what do others think of me? I'm going to set out 4 piles. Each pile will have 4 cards. I will put timestamps in the description so that you can easily fast forward or jump around as needed. Let's go ahead and get our piles started. Now, of course, when you're selecting your pile, after I get them all set out there, you may pause the video or whatever you need to do to kind of center yourself and focus so that you select the pile that you're wanting. All right, what have we got here? So I wanted to let you know what numbers mean in case that means something to you. The number 1 typically represents new beginnings. The number 2 typically represents balance and partnership. The number 3 typically represents creativity and groups. And the number 4 typically represents structure, stability, that kind of a thing. Now, if numbers are not important to you, please disregard. Let's set out our piles. Here we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind, relax, think of the question, what do others think of me? And see where your attention is drawn. Now select your pile. And let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let us see what you have. What do others think of me? Okay, well, 5 of Swords tells me people might think you're a little bit of a one-upper. That you, when other people tell you a story and you're like, yeah, well, this happened to me, or, things like that. One-upping or trying to be superior in some way, that could be what this is indicating and could be what others are thinking of you. Now, here we have our 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is kind of the crying over spilled milk card. So this is telling me that people might view you as a bit pessimistic, looking at what you don't have and focusing on that instead of thinking about what you do have, or looking around for those opportunities. Now here we have our 9 of Cups. This is telling me that people do see you as generous, that people would see you as somebody that would be great to have a party with, to get together over dinner, to talk on the phone and have a great conversation. I think people see you as somebody very social. You just got to watch that one-upping and that little bit of pessimism there. But you are seen as somebody, again, who is open to having people in your heart, and people do see that about you. You are generous. Now here we have our 5 of Wands. People also might see you as a little bit combative, ready to argue, ready to prove your point. And that could really tie into this 5 of Swords. One-upping somebody, or, kind of having that little bit of friction when other people are telling a story or telling you about something that happened, or their accomplishments, or even their failures. You've got a story that's a little better, one-upper kind of thing. So kind of watch those things. And keep in mind, there is a very strong positive in there that they do see you as very generous and a fun, social type of person that cares about people. Just watch the pessimism and watch the one-upmanship. All right, pile one. Pile number two. All right, let's see what you've got. Pile number two. What do others think of me? Okay. Others think of you as a hard worker. Others think that you perhaps have a lot on your plate. And while you're able to get through that and make things happen, it is noticeable that you have a lot going on and that you always persevere. So that's wonderful. Here we have our Knight of Pentacles. This tells me that people see you as a hard worker. Again, how you pull that through with our Ten of Wands and that burden and all those things on your plate, you are viewed as a hard worker. And again, somebody that thinks ahead before doing things. So planning and having a logical course of action, which is probably why they see you as somebody who can take charge of problems and make things happen. Now here we have the Devil. Now, of course, remember, the devil is never the devil, something like that. But what the devil represents is kind of being beholden to something, something that you can leave but choose to stay. This deck uses a cigarette machine as an example. That is a perfect symbolism. That is perfect symbolism for an addiction, smoking, and that you could quit. It's maybe hard, but you're stuck there, and you could leave at any time, but you're choosing to stay. Same kind of concept. And what I'm thinking, this means that people see you not as somebody who necessarily has an addiction like smoking. Maybe you do, I don't know. Somebody, though, who is able to break free of that. Are you an ex-smoker? Have you conquered some other type of addiction? Have you conquered, perhaps it's a bad breakup a breakup with somebody who is not good for you, who is bad for you, who is toxic, one of those type of people. But you are seen as somebody who would be strong enough to deal with it. You would be, out of anybody they know, maybe you'd be the strongest one to tackle that. Now, the last card we have here, the Tower. You are also somebody who knows how to make change. You know how to shake things up and make change where it's needed. So, that really ties into all these other cards. These really mesh well together. Again, what other people think of you is that you can take on any challenge. You can make things happen. You can make things change, even when it's hard. You are a hard worker and you accomplish things. You plan ahead. And again, you are able just to make those changes when need be, and even when you're overwhelmed. So that's a wonderful view, I think. Yeah. All right, pile two. Pile number three. Let's see what you have, pile three. The question is, what do others think of me? And they're all upside down today. Just in case you were wondering, I typically do not read reversals at this time. So that's why I flipped them over. Okay. So what have we got? We've got our Page of Pentacles. I think people see you as somebody who is very dependable, somebody who is perfect to bring along for and help plan for upcoming challenges, somebody that is, has their head on and is able to help plan to make things go well and push through, no matter what the situation is. So somebody very reliable. Next, we have our Seven of Pentacles. Now, our Seven of Pentacles is about working and seeing your work come to fruition. Again, I think that you are viewed as somebody who is a very hard worker, somebody that persists and perseveres even when there isn't much movement. These three cards are all Pentacles. Pentacles is about hard work and perseverance. Those two words keep coming up. So that is awesome. Next, we have our Five of Hazards, which again is Pentacles. And this is about, sticking up for the little guy, not ever letting somebody feel alone, helping people when the chips are down, making sure to watch out for people who perhaps are lonely or feeling like they have nowhere else to go. So that generosity and caring nature is definitely seen by others. Here we have our Ace of Swords. And another thing that people see you as is somebody who will tell it like it is and provide that truth. Swords are all about communication, and being an ace, this is kind of like a new opportunity. Swords, while yes, they are the suit of communication, they are also the suit, it is also the suit of truth. So this is where I'm thinking, with your hard work, with all of your willingness to persevere, even when results aren't pending immediately, you're ready to call it like it is, whether that means shake it up and change directions, or if it means getting real with people and telling them what they need to hear for the greater good. Remember, you tend to, people see you as having the ability or the potential, that's not the right word, I can't even think of what the word is I'm looking for, but you tend to help people and make those people feel like they are included. You help them when the chips are down. So that looks like a nice blend, that hardworking Pentacles, with the truth, which is our swords, and helping people. I mean, that's a really well-rounded person. Yeah, sounds good, pile 3. Pile number 4. All right, let's see what you have, pile 4. The question, what do others think of me? Wow, well, I can say that other people see you as somebody who is successful. We have our star here. The star is all about recognition. It's all about hope and going to that brighter place where, that recognition is there, that success, that accomplishment. So I do see that people, that really stands out to people. Again, success, recognition. So that one jumped out at me right away. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got our 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords, that's kind of about somebody who kind of holds themselves back, wants to really think about things before moving forward, which is a wonderful quality rather than just jumping in without giving some thought. But it's about somebody who's almost afraid to move sometimes, afraid to see everything else. So as much as I think, you are successful and viewed as somebody that to be recognized for that success, I think at the same time, you kind of, your mind, your thoughts, your, ideas and things kind of make you feel paralyzed at some point that you don't necessarily move on or jump on that project or, have those conversations that are going to move the needle. But once you do decide, you do very well. So there's just that kind of hesitancy in the beginning. So people really do notice that as well. Here we have our Lovers. Now, the Lovers is a great card. You're probably viewed as somebody who connects with people very easily. Perhaps in the romance department, you have a very strong relationship. If you're not with somebody, then that might appear that people see you as somebody who gets the dates, gets the people interested in them, or at least is attractive enough to deserve that. So you are viewed as, again, somebody successful. You are recognized in that, and I think you're also recognized as somebody who makes those relationships happen. Whether it's romantic or not, you have very strong relationships. Now here we have our Death card. Death has nothing to do with dying. Never think of it that way. death is about the death of a chapter and turning the page and moving on to the next part of your journey. So I think what people see you as is, even though you might not be able to make that decision right away, that you're kind of contemplative and not going to, jump in hastily, I think they also see that once you decide to turn that page, you pull the trigger, you go fast. And that's perhaps where you're having your success. That's perhaps where you have your strong relationships. So, it sometimes might go a little slowly at first, but once you decide, then things start moving. So, yeah, so that's really good, pile 4. Okay, I'd like to thank you for watching this pick-a-card. I hope it was helpful. I would like to remind you to please hit subscribe and make sure you tap that bell. I pop up with surprise live streams. I put out pick-a-cards almost every day, and I have my regularly scheduled program at 12 p.m. Central Time every day. I do a daily live stream doing free tarot readings. So please come on over. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to have you in our community, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for watching.